Either way, that's pretty cool. Let me know in the comments whether you think this is cool or boring. And if it's boring, what would you suggest to spruce it up?
Guessing you're just streaming from general chat today.
Yeah, my room is kind of lonely.
At first I thought you were going crazy.
Mm, no, that's every day. By the way, for those that are just tuning in, I am trying to play Super Mario Bros. 2 Japan in the same style in which I stream arcade playthroughs. What I do is that I just stream as normal and either save state or play with infinite lives or something like that, and in post-production I count how many times I've died and put that in the description. And apparently, Darth Andrew is coming from the backwoods of southern Ohio. I am so sorry. Of course, it could be worse. You could be from where I'm at. You could be hailing from West Virginia, where we're still not trusting of the local water, even though it's been a whole year.
I don't think anyone can really blame you for that.
Nah. And speaking of which, there were some updates regarding the trial of the owners of Freedom Industries, the motherfuckers who were responsible for dumping that shit in my water. They're looking for a new plea bargain deal. I have a feeling that the public over here is not going to accept anything less than public execution. I mean, I'm sorry, but poisoning the water supply for a major metropolitan area, that's kind of a big deal. Not gonna lie.
It's been a while and I don't recall the details, but was it a case that they tried to kind of cover up what they'd done? Because that's a bigger issue, personally.
They tried to say it was something else, and then all the reports were coming in saying it was one of their storage tanks.
Yeah, it's not the poisoning the water supply that's the issue, in my opinion. Because if it's an accident, it happens. It's covering up that's the issue.
And the only reason we even found out about this was because the shit smelled like licorice. And it wouldn't surprise me if there's now people that are attempting to make this shit odorless, so that we won't find out about it next time. I don't know. The conspiracy theory in me, theorist in me, it's just jabbing me in the gut. From the sounds of it, I'm not from Huntington. I'm not too far from. No, I'm pretty far from Huntington. In fact, my closest town is Charleston, where the shit took place. Kinda sucked. I could not take a shower for a whole month because of this shit. Baggage lizard, you are more than welcome to pinch me if you're actually willing to come here and do that. Of course, that does mean coming to West Virginia. A place no one wants to go.
The first time I was in West Virginia, I slept through it.
There isn't a more wonderful place to visit on your way towards New York. What are the odds of getting shot in the head and dying? I would say 1-1.
What?
It's a question that Steven asked.
Okay.
Technically, it's slightly less, because there have been people who have been shot in the head and survived.
You actually have a higher chance of surviving a bullet wound to the head than you do a throat. Not even kidding either. So how is everyone?
Not bad, not bad. Just dying constantly. Trying
Yeah,
trying not to.
I just got back from the job center. I got an appointment on Tuesday, so that's mixed news.
Hey, it's something. I'm waiting for a call back from Goodwill, who I just applied at yesterday. I'm hoping that pans out.
Yeah, I hope that the job worker at the job center actually is able to help me get a place, like, say, with a call-in center or whatever. Hopefully something that's not in a restaurant, a hotel, or even construction. That's what I'm hoping.
I wouldn't mind restaurant work. I've got experience.
If it's not dishwashing.
Shit, I'll do dishwashing, no problem. With a slight caveat. I am used to one of those specialized machines. It's a giant wall-sized dishwashing system. It's where you just load a tray full of dishes, and then just slide it through and it washes it all.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm used to, except it doesn't take up an entire wall. I've been doing it since November of 2007. I'm really burned out. And that was all on top of the fact I was also working at a construction site for a year and a half at that time, full time.
Dude, I would be all for working in dishwashing. Mostly because, again, it's kind of a callback to my previous job. I had the privilege of bringing in a boombox, and I got to listen to whatever music I like to listen to, as opposed to all the shit that the kitchen was playing.
Yeah. Like, we do have the option to put on a radio or whatever for whatever we want, but it cannot be too loud, because right beside the kitchen and the dish machine is a couple of banquet areas. So I can't just crank up a speaker and put on, say, 2112 by Rush.
Of all the songs you wanted to crank it up, that was the one?
I'm just using it as a bad example. Or even say, I don't know, I hate AC/DC, but Back in Black. Well, I'm a Rush guy, okay?
Sorry.
Can I blame you for laughing? No. Some people don't like Rush. I'm
Dude,
all for...
dude, you can laugh at me all you want. I'm a Faith No More guy.
Who?
Faith No More?
Not a fan of them. Yeah, I'm not gonna laugh at you. Hey, you're entitled to your own interests.
It's all right. I'm used to the laughter.
Yeah, I also realized something when I drink country style coffee. I think I know what the problem with their coffee is. And it's the same issue I have with Timmy's. Because I had one from country style. It tastes like, imagine if the beans were fermented instead of properly dried, and then they roasted them. It's nasty.
I'm not sure what kind of coffee I had this morning. I just know I had I just know I had the powder and just cranked that shit in and stirred it and cooked it.
That's pretty much. So you had the instant stuff.
It's kind of instant, I think. I just stuck in the microwave and went to town.
I don't like using microwaves for coffee or tea or whatnot. Kind of fucks with them. But seriously, I would not recommend drinking country style unless you want to drink fermented beans.
Beans.
Yeah, that's if they start just yeah. If you ever worked in a coffee farm or whatever, if you're trying to dry the beans and they smell like a little bit of vinegar, that's improper drying. That's fermenting. That's fermentation. You don't want that.
Beef 82. Yeah, that's what they were most famous for. Epic. Which
Who?
he did, the song by Faith No More, Epic. Which the music video ended with a fish flopping around on the ground. And people got pissed.
I wonder why. Hey, it could be worse. You could be. Remember what happened? Remember in the stories with Mike Portnoy? Well, recently.
Unfortunately, I've never heard the story.
I think it was involved in an altercation with a doctor in a hospital or something. I need to reopen the page. Well, the link.
But yeah, for those that do enjoy Faith No More music, check out the Download Festival concert. It's all over YouTube. There's like 12 different recordings of it.
Never mind. He was reigning at a hospital because they refused to see him. This was this was a couple of weeks ago. Thank God Dream Theater got rid of him because now the guy, I'm telling you flat out, the guy is unreliable. Great drummer, but he's just unreliable.
I need to brush up on Dream Theater. I only got one album. I don't know how it compares to the other albums.
Which album did you get?
I think it was called Awake.
Oh yeah, that's the one from '94. It's not that good. The best ones that you really want to listen to are Images and Words from '91, which was around the time that they got freaking James LaBrie, the current singer. Awake was one of the reasons why Kevin Moore left, because he was so sick and tired of the business. Kevin Moore being their former keyboardist.
Sick of the
The other
business.
ones you want to listen. The other ones you want to listen to are Scenes from a Memory, which was their fuck you to the music industry, and it's a really good album. And after that, you really want to listen to them. Although you might not like their album from '09.
Rewind a little bit. He was sick of the industry. What do you mean?
The music industry was basically trying to dictate how they did their music. And Portnoy threatened to left after, I believe it was Falling from Infinity, because the music industry was just screwing them over. Kind of like what, I hate to make this comparison, but kind of like what happened with the Knack.
Damn, I really am out of touch. I have no idea who or what that is.
It doesn't really surprise me, to be honest with you.
Shit, I may have to break my death counter down to the level. Like how many times did I die in 6-1, 6-3, 6-4, etc.
You have a by level and overall.
Kaboo, I am having a blast. I'm having so much fun dying over and over and over again. Darth Andrea, I appreciate the news, but I'm not the news guy. It's fine. It's fine, Darth Injury. It's just that I, I haven't used Internet Explorer in ages, and I I just doubt that Microsoft can pull off a good browser. I just don't think they can do it. I mean, Internet Explorer is, to me, it's for people who don't care about security. They don't care about third-party programs self-installing into your computer, and suddenly wondering why they suddenly have to deal with Bonsai Buddy. Or
It's also for people who just got a new computer and have to download a better internet browser.
Yeah, I try to use both Firefox and Chrome. There's a reason for it.
I mean, you can say all you want about Chrome, about Firefox, but Chrome is a lot more stable. Plus, it isn't a memory hog like Firefox is.
I don't mind Firefox. It's just, again, I prefer the interface of Chrome.
And I still use Firefox for a couple of little reasons that don't involve simple browsing that I normally would do with Chrome. In fact, if I can actually find a plugin to download videos from Dailymotion through Chrome, I'll probably abandon Firefox entirely.
Aren't there some programs that Firefox just can use and Chrome just cannot?
I know there are some, usually like a credit card or confirmation and information, like programs that have to be in a specific browser, usually Internet Explorer.
Oh, I'd hate to see you do this as Mario.
I would say it's a little easier to do with Mario because Mario has got more traction. He can stop on. He can't exactly stop on a dime, but maybe on 15 cents.
So you won't feel like you're on a freaking ice capace.
Pretty much.
Pretty much why I don't like using Luigi in Super Mario Bros. 2. No, I'm talking about the, one that we got in North America, not the Japanese version.
Now, for that, Luigi does have a couple of benefits. He can jump. He can jump high, and when pairing that up with running, my God, Luigi is OP.
I can't use Luigi to save my freaking life. It's either Mario or Toad I can use better. Because his long jump screws with me.
A couple of years ago, I streamed Super Mario USA, which we got as Mario 2. In case you want to pick up a couple pointers on how to use Luigi, just watch my playthrough.
It's not that I don't know how to use Luigi, it's just I suck with him. kind of like me using Ultra Greatswords in any of the Dark Souls games. Like, really good options, but I just cannot use them to save my life.
I will always remember this one spot in Mario USA. I think it was 4-3, where you had to go up a tower, then cross over to another tower and go down the tower. And then head to a third tower to where you then have to fight the boss Fry Guy or whatever that flaming bastard is.
Fry Guy.
I was a Nintendo Power subscriber back in the day. And because I was a subscriber, I got a special supplement called the Super Mario Bros. 2 Inside Out series, which was a mini strategy guide. There was part 1, which covered worlds 1 through 4, and then there was part 2 that covered 5 through 7. For 4-3, there was that jump on the ground level from Tower 1 to Tower 2, and they said not even the princess can make it here.
Which is bullshit. Luigi and the princess can make it.
Yeah, you just
I've done it.
Nintendo just figured that you weren't going to try running while jumping. Or Nintendo Power, for that matter.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know anything about the mythos of the Mario games until I got the Super Mario comic book. You know, I'm talking about the one that has all the greatest hits from all the comics or whatnot. I forgot exactly what the official name is called.
The Nintendo Comic System. From I think, Valiant Comics? But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the best of the Super Mario Brothers.
It was like a comic book version of the Mario Brothers Super Show.
Yep. It's mainly based off Super Mario Brothers 2 and 3.
But yeah, there was always use for any character in the game. There was some levels where it was best to use Toad. There was some where it was best to use Mario. Some where it was best to use Luigi for his high jumps.
I remember, I believe it was 3-2, where if you want to get the shortcut underneath, you'd have to use Princess Toadstool. Otherwise, it's a son of a bitch.
Pretty much. And yes, I have to agree, Kaboo. That was a giant fire stick of doom. Mostly because I can't put on the brakes fast enough to stop myself from dying from that thing. Now, if only I could switch between Luigi and Mario in this game. Unfortunately, I have to make do.
Yeah, you can't even do it on the All-Stars version. Would you think they would add it?